Today will be session. Okay, today will be English session, and I'll be sharing on how can we improve our gut health with Atomy products. Okay, so today solely on the products. So let me share my slide. So okay. So can you see my slide? If you can see, please give me one in the chat box. I cannot see your face now. Okay, so I believe most of us we will have this kind of symptom. Okay, thank you, Winnie, COVID, Cindy. Okay, so most of us will have this kind of symptoms quite frequent. Whereby sometimes we got constipation, sometimes we will have diarrhea, bloating, and even abdominal pain and cramping. All right, so these all are the sign of unhealthy guts. So that means there is something to do with our intestine. Okay, so this is our intestine, and the main function, there are two parts of it. The smooth one, we call that small intestine, and the large one, or the curly one, we call that large intestine. All right, so the small intestine, the function is for absorption. So if anything happen to our small intestine, our absorption function will be affected. All right, and our large intestine is something to do with removal of unwanted substance, unwanted things. All right, so normally the food will go through small intestine first to absorb all the nutrients and water, and then only slowly pass through the large intestine and to remove all the waste. Okay, so these are the normal function that I think if you are healthy enough, there should be no concern on the function. Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but I think we should take a look at our stool. Okay, whenever we go to toilet, maybe before we flush the toilet, we should check whether our stool looks something like this. Okay, and if we don't check, normally we don't realize that actually these are the sign our body gives to us that our body is actually not that healthy anymore. Okay, so these are the chart, and essentially first, when we how to say, there are seven kinds of the stool that may appear. Okay, so if we look at type 4 and type 3, these are the normal one. So if you after you went to toilet, and before you flush the toilet, you look at your stool, and it looks like all type 3 or type 4, then you are good. Okay, however, if the stool looks something like type 1 and type 2, then you need to drink more water, because these are the sign of constipation. Okay, and if something to do with look like type 5 to type 6 and 7, you need to go to see doctor because you are having diarrhea. Okay, so these are all the kinds of our stool. So my advice is better maintain it at type 4, because these look normal. Okay, so if you're having type 7 and type 1, the distinct, the extreme on those two, then you need help. Okay, so according to the science paper, is saying chronic constipation is linked to increased risk of colorectal cancer. So this is actually what happening in our body if we didn't solve it in time. Okay, so this is the study finding in October 22, 2012 in US. Okay, and they found out that actually the risk of developing the colorectal cancer was 1.78 times higher for those chronic constipation than the normal one. Okay, so in layman term, if you're having very severe constipation very frequently, you will more likely 1.78 times more likely to develop in colon cancer. Okay, and my question is, if we know that there's something to do with all these problem in our gut, so my question is, how do we cleanse our intestine? Okay, small one and the big one. All right, any idea? You can put down your ideas or your questions in the chat box. Okay, how do we cleanse? Drink more water, or we need something medicines, we go to see doctor. Okay, more fiber. Yes, Cindy, yes. Generally more fiber, that means we eat more vegetables and fruits, but that there are some tips on how do we solve that. Okay, so I better go on. So today, to solve or to improve your gut health, you need these three kind of products. All these are from Atomy. Okay, so the first one is psyllium husk, and second one probiotics, and the third one noni. Okay, so I will go one by one. So first we go to psyllium husk first. Okay, so essentially what psyllium husk do is to for those having really severe constipation, it will help us to push out all those pieces of stool. Okay, so let me share my slide. Okay, can see my slide now? Okay, so Atomy psyllium husk with prune. Okay, so what this do is to increase our bowel movement. So generally, it got something to do with our large intestine, whereby it will push all the pieces out. Okay, so if our diet is less,
nasi kena, very good, very nice. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, someone opened the mic. Okay, so back to this psyllium husk. So how do we know that we need psyllium husk? Is that we are having severe constipation regularly. This means that in our diet we didn't eat much food with fiber, or we didn't eat much vegetables and fruits. So we need this to help us to solve that. Okay, so psyllium husk, the content is prune fiber. So when when the fiber is contacted with water, it will grow inside our intestine, and therefore will push out all those pieces. Okay, so take 1 pack per day, and inside there we got psyllium husk powder. Okay, and these are the movement. Okay, so when we how does this dietary fiber or psyllium husk help us, is by when we take this psyllium husk with water. Generally it will slowly contacted with water, it will increase the size, and also it will soften the stool because of the more water is absorbed by the prune. Okay, so it will push out all those in our large intestine, the surface is not really smooth. So sometimes in the corner area, we cannot, the thing cannot move out. So by doing this, it will actually push out all those in the corner one. Okay, so the powder, and then how do we take that is we add on plain water, and my personal favorite is to add cold water, and immediately we have to stir that and then drink it straight away, because it will expand 40 times that in contact with water. Okay, and then it will increase the our stool weight and also the volume, and soften the stool, and then slowly to make the journey very smooth. Okay, and promoting our bowel movement. So these are the process. Okay, so psyllium husk, the main function to stimulate the bowel movement, and then to increase the dietary fiber. So in case we take less fiber in our diet, so this is to help us. And the results are significant. Okay, provided that we drink that one sachet per day, and depending on our body, some people they would like to drink before they sleep, and then when they wake up, they got the feeling and they want to go to the toilet straight away. Or someone, they are better to drink this early in the morning after they woke up. Okay, so it depends on your personal preference. And the ingredients are all kinds of berries and some of the carrot, and also the fiber, including all those vegetables, or even aloe vera gel. Okay, so the raw material is first screening, and then they grind it, and then they stir it with kill the bacteria, sterilization, and then they put it, packing, and then ship to your doorstep. Okay, and we no need to worry about the foreign substance on also the heavy metal, because Atomy, with the technology of extractions, it will push out all those heavy metals before they put into the ingredient. Okay, so personal preference, drink it with mix it with plain water, and I will like cold water lah. But in case you don't like cold water, normal temperature water will do. Okay, so anyone can take that. Anyone can take that, and in case if you have the problem, you should take it. Okay, bowel movement problem. Okay, so suggested 2 ways, but I would choose mix with water and then drink the water as soon as possible, because the mixture, it will expand really fast. Okay, and then precaution, if you have certain must drink with a lot of water. If not, the effect is not really significant. Okay, so recommended to those before bowel movement, and then go to toilet for a longer time. Okay, so I think these are the sharing on. First thing, we need to cleanse. We need to push out all the unwanted pieces. Okay, so the second part is probiotics. So after we clean our intestine, we need to fill it with good bacteria. Because why? Okay. Because why in our intestine, actually, we cannot clean it with water only. Okay, because in our intestine there are many kind of bacteria that help us to absorb certain nutrients and also to provide good environment and to increase our immune system. Okay, so when we talk about probiotics, maybe some would heard about probiotics and also prebiotics. So the difference being prebiotics is actually nutrients that the bacteria, the good bacteria in our intestine needed. So prebiotics is actually all those kind of nutrients whereby we can get that from um, normal food intake. Okay, as long as we take many more vegetables, fibers, fruits, so we should be no problem on the prebiotics. But I would suggest to add on probiotics into our as a supplement. Okay, because probiotics is essentially the good bacteria itself. So it is a living bacteria. So when we consume probiotics, we're actually adding the good bacteria in our intestine. So in our intestine, actually there are a part of bad bacteria, a little bit of good bacteria, and a large part of the neutral one, the neutral bacteria. So the problem being whereby if we have less good bacteria, the neutral bacteria will turn into bad bacteria, and sometimes we will have stomach ache, and even we like to we will have many problems on gut. Okay, and sometimes even we will have smelly odor in our mouth. Okay, all these are related to bad bacteria in our intestine. Okay, so speaking about probiotics, maybe some of you may have understand that from certain kind of advertisement. Maybe something start with B and something start with Y. Okay, so those advertisements actually they advertise their product being probiotics, but have to keep that in the fridge. So when we consume that, it's actually a bit less convenient for us. Okay. So probiotics. Okay, probiotics is from Atomy actually contain 12 types of probiotics. The good bacteria, 12 types of the good bacteria that help us to improve our digestive system. Okay, so a little bit about history of probiotics. Someone discovered that. Okay, and why we need, because the good bacteria in the intestine, when they increase, the neutral one would tend to become the good bacteria. Okay, and why Atomy probiotics? Because they contain 12 12 types of probiotics and more than 3 billion strain, and also their technology ProbioCap, which I will cover later. Okay, so it's in a sachet form, so we take one sachet per day. So in case you are having diarrhea, you can take 2 or 3. Okay, so when we take that, we can just tear the sachet and drink that or with water. Okay, so these are all those kinds of bacteria, and they have their specific functions. But I think I wouldn't go into that because it will sound really technical. Okay, so why Atomy probiotics? Because it contain patented strain of lactobacillus. Okay, so this one can help us, and also the probiocap, the technology whereby they manufacture the product. Okay, so first they will cover the probiotics with coating of droplets. So essentially this one is to protect the probiotics, the living, the good bacteria. When we consume that, it will stay alive until our small intestine. Okay, this one is important because most of the time, if other product, most likely they wouldn't have this kind of technology, and therefore when we drink the probiotics, our stomach acid will most likely kill a certain percent of the bacteria, the good bacteria. Okay, so this technology probiotic is patented and help Atomy to produce the product. Okay, and inside the probiotics actually the content includes all those apple, bananas, berries, strawberries, and certain extract powder, prune, vegetables, and many more. Kimchi also got. Okay, so recommended for those who want to improve their bowel movement, like I just mentioned, not only for those with poor bowel movement, but also for those having diarrhea problem. Diarrhea problem, I think you can eat more than one sachet. And this one is to increase the good bacteria in our intestine to help us so that our intestine can absorb more nutrients more efficiently. Okay, so precautions: if you have allergic, maybe you not really suitable for this product. Okay, and when we take that, suggested drink with at least a glass of water. Okay, so this one is for the small intestine to help us. Okay, so if you have any problem, can put your question in the chat box. I'll come to that later. Okay, so the third one, noni juice. Okay, so so far I've covered how do we clear the unwanted substance from our intestine with the help of psyllium husk with prune. Okay, and also just now we talked about how do we increase rate of absorption in the small intestine by the help of probiotics. And now how do we improve furthermore, not only the small intestine, the large intestine, but overall gut health and also our overall health? So with the Atomy noni, fermented noni. Okay, so I believe most of us will have seen noni. So if we have seen this in object, first thing you would mention or you will notice is the odor is not really good. Something smell like vomit. Okay, so why Atomy noni? Because they help us to remove the bad smelling. Okay, and with very concentrated extraction juice. So this is essentially the gift from nature. Okay, so the noni is from Atomy farms. Atomy own the farms, and it is on Java Island in Indonesia. Okay, and also with more than 1,440 hours of fermentation, and with the technology, extraction technology. Okay, so why Atomy noni? Because more content, lower price. That one we know. And also second one, 100% organic noni, and also unharmed noni. That means any damage on the noni, Atomy would reject the noni for in the manufacturing process. And also is manufactured with patented technologies, more than 1,000 hours. And also upgraded the taste and remove the bad smelling with no coloring, no preservative, no synthetic sweeteners. Okay, so organic. So it is actually come with a box of noni in a glass bottle. Okay, so why noni? Because noni contain many kind of nutrients, including all these polyphenols, and also the minerals, the amino acid, and the vitamins. Okay, so why the main function we take noni juice is to increase the intake of polyphenols. Okay, so let me share about the polyphenols. This one, this one another paper saying plant polyphenol as a dietary antioxidant. Okay, so why we need polyphenol? Because it acts as an antioxidant for us. Okay, so the function is to help us delay or prevent us from all these kind of diseases. Okay, so diabetes, blood problem, cardiovascular problem, cancer, prevention, aging, and also infections such as anti-inflammatory effects. Okay, so polyphenols usually will found in those food with really strong odor, strong fragrance, but their benefit is actually very, very good. Okay, so let me back to noni. So for Atomy noni, okay, so for Atomy noni, if you want to take rich in polyphenols, you have to take normal fruits, kiwi 143 kiwis, or tomatoes 140, and also 121 times of mangoes. So actually noni is a very high in polyphenols content. Okay, and if you want to take high in prozeronin, it is 40 times more than a pineapple. Okay, so we know that it is not really practical for us to take that many kinds of fruits daily. So I think with the help of noni juice, we can have enough content of those nutrients. Okay, so in Atomy farm in Java Island, Indonesia, so actually they would harvest noni, ripe noni, and those without damage is selected fresh, and also you clean more than 3 times. okay, more than 3 times, and remove the stem. And so straight away, they will frozen those fresh nonis. Okay, so these are all those sigil or certificate that noni have. So we have HACCP, FDA approved organic product, and also many more. Okay, so these are generally the process. So later on I'll play a video. Okay, don't worry. And noni is fermented. The Atomy noni is fermented a total of 1,440 hours. Okay, and after the fermentations, they will add in organic coconut sugar, a little bit of syrup, and let it fermented again. Okay, so with no calorie, no preservative, and synthetic fragrance, so the no sweeteners. Okay, and this is to increase all those the taste and remove the bad smelling. And these are all the patented technologies owned and used in noni and the manufacturing process. Okay, so these are the lab whereby they undergo QC. Okay, so let me show you the real object noni. Okay, so this is the bottle. So they actually come with one cup. So there is 30 ml and up to 60 ml. So for general, for healthy people, suggested every day we drink at least 30 ml of this noni juice. So if you, let's say you are not really healthy, suggest drink 2 times per day. Or if you have taken hemohim, then I think 1 time per day should be enough. Okay, so don't worry because the bottle is in glass, but the protection is really good. Can I see? This one is actually the box, and then inside there, there's a really good bubble wrap. So you don't need to worry. Actually, even if you want to present it as a gift to friends, it's really nice and sweet. You can just give them like this. Okay, so let me play the video. Okay, so let me one more thing. It is advisable that we keep or we store the noni juice in fridge. So whenever we want to drink, just take it out and drink it, and we remember to seal it carefully, because if not, it will be oxidated and the function is affected. Okay, so I think these are all the information that I would like to share with you guys today on how to keep our gut healthy. So first thing, we need Silverhouse to help us with bowel movement to clear out all those unwanted substance. And then second, we need probiotics, the good bacteria, to help us to improve our rate of absorption in small intestine, and also as an overall, we need noni juice as an antioxidant, and also provide anti-inflammatory effect to our body, because we may not know, maybe some our small bloodstream, maybe certain some of them will be damaged, and we need all this to help us. So anti-inflammatory functions. Okay. So any problem, you can type in the chat box, or you can unmute and ask on how to take care your gut health. Okay. No problem. Am I sharing too fast? Because essentially only very simple stuff, but some people they don't know how important our gut health to us. Okay, so if no problem, thank you for your time, and we'll see you at the top.
Hi，
Hi Winnie。
嗨，你的名字是耀还是燕？耀
有今天是英文的 session。
Okay, English session. Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to ask. Normally, what is the best time take the psyllium husk and then the probiotic and the noni?
Okay, so the best time to consume, it actually depends on your body response. So for the psyllium husk, if your body after drinking the psyllium husk, immediately your body want to go to toilet, then suggested drink it more early in the morning. Okay, but if your body after drinking it maybe need some time to process, so suggested before at night lah, before you sleep, after you drink, and remember to take more water, and the next morning when you wake up, you can just go to toilet and release all those stuff. So probiotics normally after meal, probiotics. Okay, and before meal also can, but I think the effect will be better lah. And noni juice, the best is empty stomach. But some people maybe they have stomach problem. So for those people, at least take a piece of bread early in the morning, and then only drink the noni juice. But for healthy people, empty stomach and drink that. And by empty stomach, I mean not necessarily during the morning time. On the evening time, before we have dinner, that's period of time also our stomach is empty, so we can take noni juice. Okay, so do I answer your questions?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Winnie. Okay, so any other questions? Thank you. Whether kids can take or not? Yeah. For children, for children, I would suggest take probiotics, and really have severe constipation problem, then can add on the psyllium husk, and noni juice, I think everyone can take. Okay, so essentially for especially for children, sometimes they will have frequent stomach ache. So maybe sometime after diarrhea, suggested take more than one sachet to help balance up the good bacteria. Okay, so once the bacteria, the good one is balanced, hopefully will not have stomach ache anymore. Okay, so thank you. Okay, so if no more questions, thank you everyone for your time, and I'll see you at the top. Bye bye. Aja.